So after our incredible sail through the Chilean fjords and our first stop in Chile in Valparaiso, we have a stop in Coquimbo today. Does it stand up to how beautiful Chile has been so far? Let's go see. So come on already, let's go. Hi everyone, I'm Leslie, and if you are new here, you need to know that travel is my jam. It runs through my veins, like literally. My passport is my absolute favorite book. I book a trip when I'm on a trip. It is everything. So I'm glad you're here. Let's go check out our second stop in Chile, in Coquimbo. As we sailed into the Coquimbo port, towering above the city was the Cruz de Telce Milenio, the cross of the third millennium. Built in 2000, this 300-foot-5 giant of concrete and faith is the largest monument in Chile. We're talking elevators inside, decks in the arms across the cross, views that stretch from the Atacama Desert to the Pacific. It was built to commemorate the Jubilee year in 2000 as a symbol of faith, hope, and the identity of Coquimbo. It was an impossible to miss landmark and a perfect starting point for our day here. The Coquimbo Bay was a pirate hotspot in the 17th century. Notable pirates like Francis Drake and Henry Morgan prowled here looking for Spanish treasure ships. Locals still tell stories of treasures buried around the port. We're docked right next to the fish market, but we want to check out the English Quarter, or the Barrio Ingles area first. The name comes from the British immigration presence during the mining port boom era. I had read this area was historic, gastronomic, cultural, and buzzing, but this is what we found. Nothing. It's like the buildings, the storefronts, the streets, like it just felt abandoned. There was just nothing there. The only thing that was there was this. Mannequins in the windows, dressed in period clothing, placed in the windows and balconies, presumably to evoke times past. Coquimbo is home to the Mezquita al Medina, a replica of the Kutubaya Mosque in Marrakesh, Morocco. It was a gift from King Mohammed VI and is one of the few major mosques in Chile, making Coquimbo a unique crossroad of faith with the giant Catholic cross and the mosque sharing its skyline. Back to the fish market we go. A quick stop at St. Peter's Church, dedicated to the patron saint of fishermen. It's where many locals still hold the ceremony connected to the sea, especially during the San Pedro festivities each June, when boats are decorated and blessed. The name Coquimbo means place of calm waters, referencing the naturally protected bay here. That's why the port grew into one of the most important along the Chilean coast. Coquimbo's port has its own resident sea lion colony, living on the breakwaters and piers right next to the fish market. They're so comfortable with humans, the locals say the sea lions own second homes here in Coquimbo. Ah, the fish market. Look at this. The fish market sits directly on the harbor front. The fishermen unload their renetta. It's a local fish favorite. Cangrillo, merzula, and corvina fish here, along with various shellfish. Vendors prepare and locals buy fresh seafood all day from the open-air dockside markets and the indoor eateries that surround it. Watching the action from behind the fish market is where it really gets me. The fishermen, their fishing boats, all the fish, the birds coming in for their own meal, and these guys, older fishermen and their families, repairing and weaving nets by hand. The nets are spread out on the ground over wooden frames and hung between posts. They use a wooden needle like a tool called a shuttle to thread and complete the knot by knot process to create the nets. Many of these techniques are family skills passed through generations, and it was fascinating to watch. Coquimbo's history is tied to gold, copper, and silver mining, which it once served as a smuggling hub where minerals left Chile illegally for Europe. Some tunnels and old warehouses still exist beneath the port here. Coquimbo is considered the gateway to the mystical Elqui Valley, famous for its Pisco production, UFO sighting, and some of the clearest skies on Earth for stargazing. Many visitors come for wine, brandy, and astrology all in one trip. The harbor is full of not only fishing boats, but many small industrial ships that have been left behind by their owners. Many who couldn't afford repairs, fuel, or permits, so they just left them behind. And after the 2015 tsunami and the earthquake that left them grounded. So I reflect on what I thought of Coquimbo over a Pisco Sour back on board. And I don't know, like the fish market was really cool. Seeing the fishermen and their fishing nets and actually mending the nets was cool. But yeah, it was mark Coquimbo off the list. Really no reason to stop there or go back there. Happy for my Pisco Sour. But yeah, thank you, Coquimbo. We're good. But Arica. Now, Arica is our third stop in Chile, and what a surprise it brought for us. You are not going to believe this when you see Arica. So that's a good segue to remind you to subscribe, because next up is Arica, and just such a cool day in Arica. So until Arica and all that it has in store for us, bye for now.